Looking at these pictures, who wants to earn a point and give me a definition? I'll give you, you can either have a point or I'll give you a Tootsie Pop. Go ahead, Kevin. It has to be specific and it can't have any counterexample. If I can find a counterexample, I'm not going to give you a prize. Okay? So you have to be very, very specific.
A quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel lines.
Perfect. Okay? Parallel sides. Okay? So, a trapezoid is just that. You could draw a picture of this, indicated like this. It's a quadrilateral, okay? Okay, and these are special quadrilaterals with one pair, that means with one pair of, I'm going to abbreviate everything, parallel sides, okay? So this has two pairs of parallel sides. This is not a quadrilateral. What's this thing? Why do they have that weird picture there? Do you guys remember? Yeah, from like the previous section, this is a zoid, this is not a zoid, so they're talking a zoid. They're trying to be funny. That's like a Mr. Leader joke. Yeah, they're chopping a zoid. All right, so next one. These are pretty easy, right? What happened? Where did it go? How did I get back here? Back here. No? Am I on the wrong page? What page are we on?
That's the left one.
Here?
Yes. That's,
Here?
That's
There's kites.
Kites! Oh, there's a kite on this page?
it's
On the bottom?
here.
There we go. Okay, so those are kites. Who can be very specific, okay? Because notice that this thing over here is not considered a kite, okay? So you got to be kind of careful, even though these things are considered kites. So who can? Oh, wait! I have to either give you a Tootsie Pop or a prize. What do you want? Or a point. What do you want?
I'll take the point.
Take the point. Oh, good for you, Kevin. I got to pick someone on this side of the room. Sorry. Pravi. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
Okay, a kite is a quadrilateral with two different sides, two different parallel sides.
I'm going to give John a chance.
It's a quadrilateral with two pairs of congruent sides.
Well, if I drew this like this, this would be a quadrilateral with two congruent sides.
Two congruent
But
sides
it's
that
not.
Are,
Go ahead.
That are right next to each other.
How do you say right next to each other?
Consecutive.
Consecutive or adjacent, okay? Okay, so that's John. He said that a kite is a quad with two, and I would be very clear, two different, this word I should have made you put in there, different pairs of congruent, adjacent sides. And this is very good because they didn't usually have, in the old book, they used to say that this was a kite. But this is not a kite because they used to not have this word different in there, right? But in this case, the two sides that are next to each other and congruent, they have to be different. So these two have to be different than those. Questions about that? John, you want a Tootsie Pop or you want a point?
I'll have a Tootsie Pop.
No! Okay, I'll give you one of them. All right, next one. So it has to be a good refine. Oh, you want me to go back? Where'd that go? Trapezoid, kite.
Next page.
Next page. Next page. Next page. A parallelogram. That's an easy one. Place capture new cage. New cage. New page. Here's a parallelogram. Who can give me a definition of a parallelogram. Someone on this side. Kevin already went. Isaac, I'm going to pick on someone new and exciting. How about Molly Larson?
Quadrilateral.
Are you new and exciting?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Quadrilateral with like all sides are parallel. Not to each other. Okay. There are 4 sets of parallel sides.
4 sets?
Oh, 2 sets.
2 sets,
That's
okay.
what I meant.
It's a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. Easy piece of cake. That's how I would describe it. Not parallelograms, only got 1 pair. Why is this not a parallelogram? It's not a quadrilateral, okay? And this doesn't have any parallel sides. All right, so let's just go on. Next one. Oh, Molly, you want a Tootsie Pop or you want a valuable prize? I mean, you want a Tootsie Pop or a point?
Point.
Okay. Okay. A rhombus. Rhombus. Place capture, new page. Rhombus is. Hello. What's a rhombus? Go ahead there. I gotta pick a boy this time. Sorry, Julia. Okay, go ahead. Isaac's the only one with his hand up.
A quadrilateral where all sides are congruent and the 2 opposite sides are parallel. 2 sets of opposite sides are
Okay, that's a lot of words, right? But he was right. But there's an easier way to do it. Okay, is a rhombus? What do you call a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides? What do you call? We just did it in the. What do you call a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides? A parallelogram. So a rhombus is a parallelogram where all sides are congruent. Okay? See how you can do that kind of in a little easier way? So a rhombus is a parallelogram. Okay? Parallelogram. Parallelogram with all sides congruent. That's not really what a rhombus is. A rhombus is the bus that takes the mayor of Chicago around. Do you know who the mayor of Chicago is? Rahm Emanuel. So I think that's the mayor. He's a rhombus. Okay. Okay. I think he used to be in Obama's cabinet or something. Okay. I think he's now the mayor of Chicago. Rahm Emanuel. All right, very good. Oh wait, who do I have a point to? Isaac, do you want a point or a Tootsie Pop? A point?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need any more points. It's okay. You know the kids, he doesn't need any more points when you say quiz, and he says, all right, man. Okay. Okay. Rhombus. Rhombus, a rectangle, is when your angles get in a horrible accident. You get a bunch of rectangles.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't tell you that one already?
You did.
I did. So, wait, a rectangle. Go ahead. Patent court.
So a rectangle is a quadrilateral.
You know what? Try to use some of the words that we used before. Okay? So you can use the word parallelogram, or you can use the word rhombus, or so. Give it. Try it again. See if you could refine.
Okay, so a rectangle is a shape in which it is a parallelogram, but also all of its angles are
They're what?
equal.
equal to, or they're all
Equal.
the same?
They're equal, but they're also how many degrees?
This one shows.
This one shows equal. We will find out later that if they are equal, they all have to be what? 90 degrees. Okay, but so let's just define a rectangle as a parallelogram, because it appears that they're a parallelogram. Parallelogram, that's really bad writing. With 4 right angles. Let's just do it like that. You want a point, Peyton, or you want a Tootsie Pop? 1 point. Who do I have Tootsie Pops to? Someone
I'll
wanted.
take a point.
You want a point instead? Okay. Peyton Manning. Oh no, that's a quarter. Peyton. Okay. Last one. Last one is a square. So with this, try to use the words that we used before. Okay? So try to define a square using some of the terms that we've already used, because it's easier. It'll be easier. Right? I know you know what a square is, but let's see if you can do it. Let's give. I gotta pick someone. Michaela's gonna go.
It's a four-sided parallelogram, which all sides are congruent and parallel to each other with 90-degree angles.
Okay, that's true. It's a 4-sided parallelogram. All parallelograms. You don't want to use too many words, right? So that's. I'll give you a point, but I think we can refine that really quickly. How could we refine that really quickly? Go ahead. Alex.
So a square is a rectangle, but all the sides are congruent.
What do you call something that where all the sides are congruent?
Parallel. No. Rhombus.
Good. So a square, you could define it really easily. A square is a rhombus that's also a rectangle. Right? You understand that? Because that's a lot easier. Rectangle. Right? Because rhombus implies that it's got all 4 sides equal. Rectangle implies that it's got all 4 angles equal. So a square is all those things, right? It's a rhombus and a rectangle in the same shot. Now, I'm going to do one more thing. This isn't on that sheet, but this might be a really good thing to make a note of. Do you guys know about Venn diagrams? You know about Venn diagrams? They love to give you these types of Venn diagrams where they start out making an ellipse. Let's not make it dotted. Let's make it solid, okay? So here's a Venn diagram, and we'll make this big, and we'll call this all quads. All quadrilaterals. Yeah, it might be useful to draw it somewhere, okay? Just to keep things kind of straight in your head. This, I think, would help, okay? Now I'm going to draw a little kind of ellipse over here. What's the 1 or 2 that are kind of by themselves? What are the 2 things that are floating out here by themselves? The 2 types of quads that are floating out. What was the first one we did? A trapezoid. It's kind of its own special. Trapezoid is over here. Okay? And then what's the other one? A kite kind of floats around here by itself. But then I have a bigger ellipse. Okay? Whoops, I'm going to do two ellipses. Whoa, that looks like I didn't mean to do that, sorry. I'm going to move this one over here. And then I'm going to take another one and make it over, oh, did that work? No. I want to make another one. So here's another one. And I'm going to move it over here like this. And you can't see anything now, can you see things? Okay, so say this is parallelograms. Oh no, I could even make a bigger one around the outside of those. So I'm going to try to make a bigger one that grabs both of those. Can I do that? Let's see if I could do this. Okay. Okay. So out floating around out here is, guess what's this big circle? You know, we got quadrilaterals out here. Parallelograms. Parallelograms. And then parallel, I don't know how to spell it. Parallelograms. Okay? And then one type of one type of parallelogram is a rectangle, right? And another type of rectangle is a rhombus, right? What's between the intersection of a rectangle and a rhombus? What goes in here? A square. See the way that works? So this is a very useful diagram when they ask you questions like, is a square a parallelogram? If I ask you, is a square a parallelogram, what would you say?
Yes.
If I ask you, is a parallelogram a square? Always, sometimes, or never? Sometimes, right? Is a rectangle a rhombus? Always, sometimes, or never?
Sometimes.
Sometimes when? When it's a square. See? Okay, they love to ask you those kinds of questions. Is a trapezoid a parallelogram? Always, sometimes, or never? Never. Okay. Is a kite a quadrilateral? Yes. Okay. Is a rhombus a parallelogram? Always, sometimes, or never?
Always.
Always, right? So that's a really good diagram for it because they, the evil math bug people, they like to ask you questions like that. Okay? So that's all I got to teach you for today. So I'll let you start on your today. That's Spanish for homework. I'm learning that from my sixth grader who's taking Spanish. Your homework is page 66. Page 66, 1 through 12, and 13 through 25 odd. Not too much, okay? 25 odd. Remember to get quiz on block day. And also, what do we have on block day? Book covers, if you haven't had that already. So that's that. That was